That's a country that has been reeling under the devastating impact of last year's unprecedented floods and relentless terror attacks. But Pakistan's troubles seem to have only just begun. Its economy is in dire straits, there is no money left for imports, and acute energy crisis has gripped the country. Things have come to such a pass that the defence minister has issued a stark warning, asking citizens to brace for blackouts. It doesn't end there. Pakistan is also in the throes of a massive food crisis. Wheat, flour and other staples have disappeared from the markets. There have been reports of food riots and stampedes at ration shops. The Prime Minister and the Army Chief are touring one country after another, seeking foreign aid with the economic crisis worsening by the day. Is Pakistan going the Sri Lanka way? Here's a report.
If 2022 was a devastating year for Pakistan, with catastrophic floods wreaking havoc across the country and over 1,000 people being killed in multiple terror attacks, 2023 has begun on an equally ominous note. Pakistan's economy is in a quagmire and things are getting worse by the day. Sample this. Pakistan's Defence Minister Khawaja Asif has warned that the country has no money for imports, nor money to buy oil. It may soon run out of electricity and therefore it is time to brace for blackouts.
देखें ये तो existential threat है इस वक्त. हमारे पास जो है import करने के लिए पैसे नहीं हैं. अगर blackout हो जाएगा, सारे पाकिस्तान में blackout हो जाएगा, हमें उसकी political cost भी bear करनी पड़ेगी. लेकिन दुकानें भी बंद हो जाएंगी, कारखाने भी बंद हो जाएंगे, मार्केटें भी बंद हो जाएंगी, सब कुछ बंद हो जाएगा.
Pakistan has already announced a series of unpopular austerity measures. Markets have been told to shut shop by 8:30 p.m. Marriage halls need to close by 10 p.m. But it's far from enough to tackle the growing energy crisis. And if you thought the prospect of being plunged into darkness is the worst thing the people of Pakistan are currently facing, think again. Pakistan is also staring at crippling food shortages. Runaway inflation has turned into a nightmare. Prices are rising at the rate of 30%. The cost of kitchen essentials and staples such as rice, pulses, sugar, salt and flour is spiraling out of control. Remember, at least 34% of the population in Pakistan lives below the poverty line. They earn less than $3.2 a day, which is a little over 700 Pakistani rupees. Today, a 20-kilogram bag of wheat alone costs 3,000 rupees. Moong dal costs about 310 rupees per kilo. Potatoes range between 35 and 90 rupees per kilogram. Onions around 220 Pakistani rupees per kilogram. Chicken is out of reach for many. It's priced at around 460 Pakistani rupees a kilo. Onion prices have gone up 500% compared to last year. Chicken is 82% costlier than it was last year. Salt 50%, tea 65%, wheat flour 45%. The situation is so desperate in the Sindh and Balochistan provinces. The governor of Balochistan has said there is no food left there. Reports have surfaced of food riots breaking out and stampedes at ration shops. Pakistan is running out of palm oil, soybean oil and sunflower oil. Essential items have disappeared from the market. Prices of flour and sugar are expected to go up even further. Ghee is expected to cost 62% more in the coming days.
So the cost of living has substantially gone up for people, especially for people at the at the base of the pyramid. Inflation is 30% plus. The impact of currency devaluation has been catastrophic, and on top of that, because of the exchange rate inconsistency and lack of policy coherence, our industry is being shut. There are massive layoffs. So this is a very dire situation for the country.
Pakistan's shrinking forex reserves are hovering around $5 billion. The only option left is to seek more foreign aid. The Prime Minister of the country, Shehbaz Sharif, went to Switzerland recently, where he co-hosted a fundraiser with the United Nations in the hope of raising some $8 billion as flood relief.
Now we have to go for rehabilitation, reconstruction of our infrastructure to put people back on their feet. It's a huge challenge that we have to put back people on the feet to the tune of 33 million. That is, I think, unprecedented in the contemporary history.
His next stop? The UAE. Reports say Pakistan wants to sell 2 power plants to Qatar because it does not have the money to run them. And it's not the Prime Minister alone. Pakistan's Army Chief too is busy lobbying Gulf countries. General Syed Asim Munir has gone to West Asia on a week-long trip. He is meeting with and imploring leaders in Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates to give more financial assistance to the debt-ridden country. Finance Minister Ishaq Dar recently said he hopes that Saudi Arabia will park its deposits in the Pakistan Central Bank to provide some relief to Pakistan. Between April and November last year, Saudi Arabia gave Pakistan $900 million in aid and $500 million for importing oil. Over the decades, the Gulf countries have repeatedly bailed Pakistan out, but will they do it this time round? And even if they do, will it be enough to save Pakistan's economy from crumbling? The near-calamitous situation begs the question, did Pakistan ever have a sound economy? Or, after decades of policies dependent on external assistance rather than indigenous growth, was this economic disaster just waiting to happen?
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.